What does the Master expect from us? In Jesus' prophecy about the conclusion of the system of things, he not only gives us signs as to when the end would be close, he also gives us pointed advice and counsel on how to be prepared and ready for Jehovah's Day, what the Master expects from us when he comes. Now we look at our text for today here in Matthew 24, verse 33. Jesus says, likewise also you, when you see all these things. So obviously this applies to the anointed. And the parables throughout Matthew 24 and 25 apply to the anointed. Of course, those of the other sheep can benefit greatly from the advice because it will help them also to be in a state of preparedness and to be acceptable to the Master. Now he says here in our text, know that he is near at the doors. So when they see all these things, they will know his coming is imminent. They will know that he is there to visit them and to take them. Now, they are not afraid of this event because they love their Master, and their Master has taught them what they need to do to be acceptable, and they are determined to live up to those requirements. What we would like to do now is focus on two of the lessons Jesus gave his apostles during this prophecy. And the first one we would like to look at, just very briefly, is in Matthew 24 and verse 42. It says, keep on the watch. And the second one is in verse 44. It says, prove yourselves ready. Now these two work hand in hand with each other, and they are highlighted in Matthew 25 with the parable of the discreet virgins. They kept on the watch by keeping their lamps burning, and they proved themselves ready by having additional oil for their lamps. But now for us, how does that apply to us? How do we do these two things? Keep on the watch and prove ourselves ready. Let's talk about the first one, keeping on the watch. Now, it is not possible to stay awake day after day, week after week. So this is not a physical requirement. It is much deeper. It speaks about our attitude. How do we feel on the inside? Our inner response. Do we really believe the Master is coming? Our convictions. Do we know that this is the truth and the work we do is of utmost importance? Our commitment. Do we view people as precious to God and help them to come into a close relationship with Jehovah? So our attitude is summarized by this expression, keep on the watch. As for the second one, prove yourselves ready. Now this refers more to our actions. We prove that we are ready. For example, a man tells a woman he loves her, that he will be loyal to her forever. He marries her. Does that prove his love? Not totally. He proves his love by loyally sticking to her through the ups and downs of life. So how do we prove that we are ready? We prove it by our commitment. Do we have enough oil? Do we let our light shine? Do we preach at every opportunity? Do we relentlessly search for the sheep and spare no effort, even make major sacrifices to help other people learn about Jehovah? So these two aspects that Jesus gave us advice on, very important, our attitude and our actions. These two need to come together. Now, there's a warning in this prophecy also given by Jesus. Do not think for a moment that the end is far off. There's an excellent principle in Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4 that shows how attitude and action work together and how we need to view matters from Jehovah's perspective. Ecclesiastes 11 verse 4. It says, "The one who watches the wind will not sow seed, and the one who looks at the clouds will not reap." So when a person looks at the wind, he says, "Oh, well, my seed is going to blow away. There's no point sowing today." Or if he watches the clouds, he's going to say, "Well, it looks like it's going to rain. If I bring the harvest in now, it will get wet before I have time to put it in the storehouse, so I don't think I will be reaping today." How does this apply to us? Well, we have work to do. We have much work in the harvest to do. We cannot second guess when the Master will come. He's given us work to do. It's our responsibility to do the work. It is his responsibility to look after the weather as to when the time will come. Do we really focus on that assignment we have to do? If we try to calculate exactly the moment when Christ will come, it will debilitate our efforts, because Christ said, "You know neither the hour, and at an hour you do not think to be it, he will come." And we have work to do, so let's get on with our work. We know how to do it. We know what we must do. We work along with a faithful and discreet slave, and who can ask for better companions? So the two lessons: keep on the watch and prove yourselves ready are very important for us if we want to gain the pleasure and the approval of our Master. Do not allow anything to get in the way. Carefully examine our own personal attitude. Let us prioritize the preaching work. Spare no effort. Do not allow Satan and his schemes, his ideas to distract us. Remember, no one can prove our loyalty to Jehovah for us. That is something only we can do. And Jehovah, the judge of all the earth, can read hearts.